I know the feeling. You're lugging a heavy load across a parking lot, or you're carrying your toddler up and down the stairs 50 times a day, or maybe you're at the point in your life where you're having to physically assist one of your loved ones. You're in a season where life is making lots of heavy demands of your body, and you're starting to feel the structural cost. Maybe it's with aches and pains here or there, or maybe it's noticing that things that used to not feel heavy are starting to feel really heavy and actually pretty hard for you. You aren't weak or out of shape, it's just the amount of load that you're asking your spine to carry and your body to disperse. Your body's not currently mapped for that. You aren't currently accustomed to that amount of load. But it's time to stop powering through and it's time to start protecting your longevity. Today, we're going to talk about how you can improve your force dispersion so you can continue doing those things that you want to do in your life and maybe even do them a little bit better. If you find this information helpful for you or you think it might be helpful for a friend or a loved one, please share this video. That's the only way that our channel grows is through organic growth. So make sure you follow us, share this page or share this video with somebody who you think can benefit from it. And make sure you leave a comment down below with any questions that you have. As a doctor of physical therapy, I see our bodies more as a system of force dispersion. Whether you're carrying a 30-pound toddler or a 40-pound suitcase, or you're topping off your lawn with some soil for the year like we just recently did, your body is supposed to work together as a system. There shouldn't be one primary area of your body that is the shock absorber. Your body should be able to disperse that force equally to keep you healthy and to keep you feeling well. One of the most important components of that force dispersion is our core muscles. I'm not talking about just our six-pack muscles in the front that are all on us somewhere buried deeply, but it's not just the abdominal muscles that we're talking about. It's also those deep stabilizers. It's also our back muscles. It's our diaphragm that we use to breathe with, and it's our pelvic floor. They all work together as a team to help our body disperse the forces that we're placing upon it. And as soon as we start to lose that core synchronicity, we start to get more aches and pains, maybe in our low back or in our hips or whatever area of our body that is having to carry more of that load for our system. But these seasons of life are really busy and we don't always have time to go to the gym for 45 minutes or 60 minutes a day. There's some phases of life where that does feel doable, but for most of them, that's not doable. But the good news is we don't need that. We don't have to train for this long period of time in order to see the benefit of our exercise. And really, sometimes we don't even need a gym. We just need a few weights at home or some resistance bands to help to fix that dispersion error. Today, we're going to spend just 4 minutes on the floor together to talk about how we can retrain our brain to find those deep core muscles to help you to consciously and unconsciously engage those abdominal muscles throughout your daily activities. So these aren't exercises that are going to get you a six-pack, right? Like that's not our goal. That's not the long-term game here. Our goal is for you to be able to carry that sleeping toddler without your back killing you tomorrow, or to be able to actually take care of your yard or to help your loved one without feeling like you're going to pay the price tomorrow. We're tapping into that brain-muscle connection here to help your body disperse force better. If these few minutes felt like a good reset for your core, then that is exactly why I built my Foundations program. It's for anybody who realizes that their current architecture is not suitable for the next 10, 20, 30 plus years of their life. That where they're at right now, strength-wise and mobility-wise, is not going to carry them into the next decades of the life that they want to live. If you feel a little bit hesitant about how to go about strengthening, maybe it's been a while, or maybe this is your first time, or maybe you're just really fearful of injury, then my Foundations program starts from the absolute baseline. We start on the mat and we build up over those 4 weeks to standing common motions with no resistance applied. It's a great place to start for anybody just like you who's ready to take the next step. Okay, we have 4 exercises to work through here to help remind our brain how to talk to and engage our core to help with that force dispersion. So the first one is finding your transverse abdominals. So if you find your ribs, the very bottom, and you find the top of your hip bones. I have a very short torso, so there's about this much distance between mine. So you want to sink your fingers in right between the top of your hip bones and the bottom of your ribs. And then if you draw your belly button down to the floor, you should feel a muscle pop up into your fingers and on both sides, that's your transverse abdominals, or that's where we can feel them. So what I want you to do is I want you to just practice engaging that muscle and then hold and let it relax. Try a few more. It's okay if you can't find it right away. I know when I was especially postpartum after my first, I had a heck of a time getting my brain to find this muscle again. So if it's been a while for you, it might take some practice, but just don't give up on it. Let's work through a few more here. Very good. All right, we're gonna advance that one a little bit, okay? So I want you to engage those transverse abdominals again. Hold that contraction, and we're gonna do little marches with your feet off the ground. Keeping that belly button tucked in, like it's trying to go all the way through your belly, through your spine, and touch the floor. Very good, and relax. Deep breath. We're gonna do that again. So engage your transverse abdominals, belly button pushes down to spine, and we're gonna march those feet, little tiny marches. Very good. You might notice as those muscles start to get a little tired, the muscles around it start to engage too to try to help it out. We're gonna make it even harder now, okay? So I want you to engage those transverse abdominals, and now you're gonna squeeze your butt muscles together, and I want you to lift your booty up off the ground into a bridge, and then back down. See if you can engage those transverse abdominals while you squeeze those booty muscles together. Keep it all together as you lift up. And back down. Good. A few more of those. We want our body to be able to know where these muscles are at and be able to engage them, but we also want our body to be able to work with the muscles around it so we can truly work as a system of force dispersion instead of just isolating muscles. Very good. All right, the last one I have for you today is even harder than this one, okay? So if those ones have felt a little bit difficult for you, give this next one a shot, but you might want to stick with the first 2 or 3, okay? So now we're going to engage those transverse abdominals, and I want you to lift both of your feet up to a tabletop position, and both of your arms come straight to the ceiling. You might notice your belly might want to, or your back might want to arch, or your belly might want to cone upwards. Try to keep that tummy muscles, keep those tummy muscles pulled down, that belly button to that spine, and you're gonna act like there's a string attached to your wrists and your feet, okay? So when this foot comes down, it pulls your wrist with it, and this one comes up, it pulls your wrist with it, and switch. This is called a dead bug, because you look like a flailing dead bug, right? Good, and rest. Whew. So these are 4 exercises you can come back to whenever you need to work on that brain-muscle connection. Strengthening that neural pathway will help for you to disperse your force without even having to think about it during your daily life. We aren't just fixing a sore back today. We are making sure that whether you're at 35 or 65, you are the most capable version of yourself. You aren't training for the mirror, you're training for autonomy, you're training for independence, and you're training for longevity. That's the definition of a well-lived life. Until next time, I'm Dr. Clara Derry. I know the seasons of life are very busy, but we can be well anyway.